Shawn, a lot of people who watched your fight with Keith Thurman thought the wrong guy won. But yet in the ring afterwards, you didn't really complain, you didn't bitch about it. Why not?
And, you know, it was good to see the fight afterwards, too. In the moment, I just was like, you know, I wasn't drained, but I felt like I had done everything that I wanted to do, that I could do to win the fight. And I think maybe it was a surreal moment for me, just not realizing that I didn't win. You know, it was kind of like hard to kind of perceive and conceive everything that happened in that moment. So, you know, I get in front of the camera and I do my thing. But, you know, after watching the fight, I still didn't have any hard feelings. It was like, I won that round. I won that round. You know, that round was close, you know. And so you grade it, you score it yourself. And afterwards, I leaned back on my couch the exact same way I did after the fight, like just let out a big breath. And that's what I want this moment to be too. I mean, obviously I want my hand to be raised, but I want it to be a moment for me where I realized that I won this belt handily, that I did everything that I could, and that there was nothing standing in my way, not myself, not Danny Garcia, not his team, not my team, so on and so forth.
Would it be the most satisfying moment of your career?
I think so. I think so. It's been a long time coming for me, so I think so.
Does the fight mean anything else now that you're not just a fighter and son, you're a father?
Yeah.
So
somebody brought that to my attention today. They said, you got to turn it up. They said, you're not fighting for just yourself anymore. You're fighting for my son, Shaddai, Diggy. And at first I was like, you're right. And then I was like, this is my moment. You know, I can't allow, you know, me thinking about my son or wanting to, you know, my son to be happy with what I did. He's 6 months right now. He won't be able to really understand until he sees the video. You know, so I'm gonna go in there focused on myself, focused on Danny Garcia and what I have to do to win. And trust and believe, it'll be all over the social network when I take that belt home and he's chewing on it, because that's all he does is chew on stuff.
Shawn, now
looking forward to it.
You being a family man, obviously family is extremely important to you. The relationship and the bond that your father and yourself carry goes way outside of the ring. And we just saw the sit down that he had with, there he is, you know, with Jim Gray and Angel. And basically your father spoke about how, you know, he makes the decisions as far as your career and your well-being, and if he were to see you maybe not being able to perform or something, that he would have to make that call as a father and not so much a trainer. With that being said, in the relationship that you both carry, what has that taught you, and what have you learned for yourself, and to be able to be a father for, you know, for your child as well?
You know, I find myself trying to do that now. You know, my fiance, she is very soft, to say the least. She does any and everything for him, and I love her for that. But I do find times where I'm like, hey, don't do that, you know. And then I got her right behind me. Oh, he's just a baby, you know. He's 6 months. But that's where I come from. I come from, right, you know, a stern upbringing, where, you know, you're told what to do and you do what you're asked to do. But at the same time, I do understand that his role as my manager and then also as my father, that's where he's at. He is in that position to make those calls, to make those decisions, those business decisions, right, family decisions, so on and so forth. So I respect it, I understand it, and you know, I try to, you know, just try to, I guess in a lot of ways, mirror what he's done, but in a Showtime Shawn Porter way. Right. It's more fun.
Now, you grew up playing different sports. We know that you were very big into football. I mean, granted, you're just getting started, but how would you feel if down the road your son told you that he wanted to box?
We talked about it, my lady and I, and we both were like, nah, and we're good with that. But you know, he's about 4 months, and I go, shh, 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 shh. Right. He's, you know, he's just smiling, he's loving it. So we'll put him in the atmosphere, and you know, he'll pick what he wants to do, whatever he gravitates towards. And I did football and boxing my whole entire life. I picked up a basketball when I was right around a teenager, and I'm really athletic, so I got pretty good at that as well. But I never played baseball. I was always scared of the ball. It's too hard for me, and never got on the soccer field. That wasn't the thing to do. It was to play football. So, and I've taken tennis lessons a little bit, you know. So my mind, he'll do every sport out there because it's fun, because it builds integrity, it builds character, it builds, you know, it helps you figure out what you want to do with your life. You know, you have fun with it, but you also figure out, you know, how to hustle in the real world. You know, so he'll try it all, and I'm sure he'll enjoy it all. All he does is smile. So I expect him to smile his way through life.